Everything on the orange up is going to be good. Bottom of the white letters up is good. We got my instructions in the back, gentlemen. Protect yourselves at all times. Those are recommended. Touch them all. Back to you.
Sometimes words aren't necessary. The crowd will tell you what this moment is all about as they await the first bell for Manny Pacquiao's return against Barrios. Oh, Manny Pacquiao, and the difference is huge.
Well, either way, this crowd has received Pac-Man's return in a big way, as you'd expect. You wonder what effect that will have on the judges, because anytime Pacquiao comes close to landing, you'll hear from the strong crowd in this arena.
And you even heard me as well when he landed. I landed on the arms of Barrios, but yeah, he said woo. Because yes, these first 2 or 3 rounds, we're gonna see if the timing is still there for Pacquiao. The speed. That was the one thing that was missing when I went to his public workout. It was the timing. That seemed to be off. I spoke to Freddie Roach about it. He says, look, the legs are still there, and tonight it's about a great left hand for Manny against a great right hand from Manny. There's a left for Manny Pacquiao. Just so yet from Barrios.
Barrios still feeling out, Manny. But you have to believe this will be as quick and
Upload the bay, upload.
He'll be all right, and so far he looks good, jabbing to the body consistently.
You know that Barrios does not want to make a mistake against the experience. Manny Pacquiao has been in there against the greats of the greats. So being cautious in this first round.
Dirty ba yan yung
Guys, Barrios made no bones about it. He says the longer the fight goes on, the more it favors me. And we know that Pacquiao needs to have this kind of quick start.
Pacquiao split the guard during that sequence. That left hand speed is still there.
And the right hand.
Puga, dasig dyan po kamot Pacquiao ah.
Some respect from the Pac-Man.
First right hand that Barrios drew and landed flush on Pacquiao. And it seemed like
Gani, taas lang siya. Amo na nakatumba kay ano, Ugas.
Established the jab.
It almost seems like he wants Pacquiao to get some sense of confidence for him.
No, na gani ang sa Facebook.
And do something like that. Open up and then land a quick sharp uppercut. There's that left from Manny Pacquiao. He's got to stay active with it though.
Manny's got to be able to move his feet consistently, something he couldn't do in the Ugas fight. Last time we saw him back in 2021.
It's a nice jab from Manny Pacquiao despite the 4-inch disparity. But it's the quickness that makes Manny Pacquiao dangerous. And look, against Ugas, he told members of his team, I could see the shots, I couldn't get there. Tonight, he's getting to.
There's not much punches thrown in this fight, but the punches that he did throw were effective.
Round 2 na, round 2.
Will this be the round after a feeling out round? He starts off with a good jab.
He has to take the lead, meaning Barrios, with the output to control the terms of this fight. And really, as he said all week, make Manny look and feel like the older fighter.
Yeah. Again, it felt like the first round was definitely a steady round for Barrios. He saw what he needed to see. He landed the right hand. Pacquiao comes in forward, opens up. So now it's Barrios trying to get the jab on. But again, Pacquiao, you see the old Pacquiao coming in with the flurry, stepping back and getting back on that jab.
That was a quick 1-2 from Pacquiao. What was not quick was his exit. It was the feet getting tackled. That'll happen to Abner when a southpaw and orthodox fighter step in the ring together.
It happens all the time, but even in knockout, sometimes when you go down, even if there was no punch, you get a little bit distracted.
Pacquiao has the chance to achieve many different historic feats tonight. One of them is becoming the first boxer in history to hold a world title in 4 different decades. Incredible to think about.
And the fact that he would be the first ever inducted International Boxing Hall of Famer to not only come back, but to also be crowned a world champion. But to do that, there's a lot that yet needs to be done.
That was a nice jab and followed by a body shot early as well from Barrios. He definitely needs to work the body against the older 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao. Break him down.
May rematch gid alangan.
Very ill-intentioned counter right that Barrios Barrios wanted to punish Pacquiao. He got a nice left, and then a jab counter from Barrios. So there's an answer from Barrios now in the second round.
It's an answer from Barrios, the right hand. But Pacquiao's landing some shots soon, and let's not forget, guys, Manny Pacquiao still possesses that power. He owned that power. People talked about it in the sparring sessions that he was hurting people.
And once again, he's in against a bigger fighter. Barrios' team said they wanted him to come in at around 168 pounds on fight night. Pacquiao nowhere near there.
Remember, Barrios hasn't been on the fight
Gani,
this level
ginapani-
exactly, but he's been on the pay-per-view level
Panilaga niya pang
twice.
ulag ba?
Gervonta Davis and Keith Thurman, and he talked so much this week about what he learned from those in terms of maturity, education, patience.
Pacquiao was patient and right, which is not his MO. He's a big left-hand guy, but early on he was seen as a one-handed puncher. The round for Manny, what really there is the exit strategy for Manny Pacquiao.
Round 3 na, round 3.
Yep. Now it's Barrios starting off with the jab, using his height advantage and reach advantage. 6.5 inches taller, 4 inches longer on that reach.
This is such a key to the confidence and execution of Mario Barrios. So remember, that was Barrios' original trainer when he turned pro in 2013. They went 16-0 together. They parted ways. And since they returned in 2023, you've seen a more
Hinay na pag-abot, no?
3-0-1 overall, including winning one title.
Kaya masagang niya man.
Santos, these last couple of fights, and again, he's fighting a legend tonight.
Gritan!
Wala ka bang
His nose.
Oh, hindi na ka?
Really alert, really cautious, speaking of Barrios.
Manny looked like he was motioning to Barrios, telling him to raise the punches after a couple were on that belt line.
Barrios says, hey, you're not the referee. That guy's got to tell me what to do.
Well, that's a key part of it. We're going to wait for this turning point where Barrios stops respecting Pacquiao. That could either be the point that begins his undoing if he gets caught, or that downhill ride as the younger man with the younger legs.
And when you come to that word respect, these both warriors have been touching up gloves at the beginning of each round as a sign of respect. But Barrios said, I have to lose that respect. And his trainer, Bob Santos, said, look, at the end of the day, I need my guy to have a killer instinct. Because you ask guys like Oscar De La Hoya and
Tandali diritan!
Eric Morales,
Tantan diri ka! Diri ka play!
when you don't match this guy's killer instinct, it doesn't end well.
It does not. And there's the response from Barrios. Good body shot. That was good body shots.
And here you see Thomas Taylor saying, you may be Manny Pacquiao, but I established the belt line early on before the fight started. He's very particular about that. And you love that out of a referee of Thomas Taylor's pedigree.
Yeah, and for me, guys, I don't think it's much so the respect that Barrios is showing for Pacquiao right now. I think it's just like he's trying to figure him out. He's got the jab going, okay, he's trying to land the body. He's landed a couple of them, but at the same time, he does not want to make mistakes.
There's a nice sleeping left there from Manny Pacquiao. There's that jab, though he can't get away from the jab of Mario Barrios. He's just too slow on the defensive end tonight.
He knows that sooner or later, Pacquiao's going to faint. So he believes and hopes.
Barrios has a 4-inch reach advantage, but he's 6.5-inch height advantage as the tallest opponent at 6 foot even that Manny has yet to face.
Right uppercut now, a left uppercut from Mario Barrios. Getting more confident. And that means
Igo sa comes Pacquiao.
and get caught on shots like that one. Time, if anyone can make history one
O, sa kaman si Pacquiao ka isa.
the man in the black trunks with the orange trim. The man you know by just one name. That's how you know an athlete has made it. If you're Pelé,
Kayo ang sumbag, oy.
well, if you hear the name Manny or Pacquiao, you're not thinking Manny Machado.
This is a people's champ right here. Everyone loves Manny. He's a
Oh,
great
hold on
person.
here.
Basta.
One of those stiff jabs there from Barrios. It looked like it snapped the head of Pacquiao back during that sequence.
Kanya kay Momo, magbay siya,
Shook him up a
ulam.
little bit.
O, nakato, tan. Tricycle sila, tan.
But then he didn't follow up.
I mean, we're seeing in pockets the limitations, the age of Manny Pacquiao. As long as his balance and his stamina can hold form, he's still a threat in this fight. But when one of those goes, it could really turn quickly.
And that jab did catch Manny a little bit off balance, and that's why it seemed to be more damaging than it was.
Already, though, he's moving a lot more than he did against Ugas 4 years ago, in which he said he was getting leg massages 3 times a day. He cramped up in that fight. Since then, they've switched course. Massages once a week, and he says he feels a lot younger because of that.
Yeah, no cramps here in this fight so far for Manny Pacquiao, moving a lot more. Feet movement, the quickness. But again, Barrios not yet throwing a lot of punches like Ugas did against Manny Pacquiao, and that gave Manny problems. And there it is, every time that Barrios throws, he lands, he hurts Pacquiao.
That was a nice counter from Mario Barrios that Manny Pacquiao tried to get a couple of other shots in, and there's leaping up.
Kaya kayong sumbag, oy.
From Mario Barrios, now establishing the jab against the veteran. Look, if he can get Manny Pacquiao walking
Bombahe. Huwag gid na patumba ni Pacquiao ba?
Yeah, you gotta start getting the attention of Manny.
Taas, sabi.
The jab, pushing back.
The jab is the key. That's the key to wear Manny down. Really pull at that gas tank.
Tan, dali ditan.
That's like the bigger fighter you
Tan, umigo ka na katapungol ni Pacquiao, oh.
Mario Barrios maybe not landing clean, but he's getting there and he's making Manny Pacquiao think before he commits.
Even though Barrios has had the upper hand for most of this round, you can still see him leery of the speed of the...
Damo gakon kay Manny ba? Damo pan si Pacquiao, tan.
straight left to the body from
Tan,
Manny
diri ka.
Pacquiao.
Diri kay kay mama.
Left hand to the face for Manny.
That right cross from Barrios landed flush, however.
It's the back and forth between these two fighters. You can feel the tension and also the respect.
Round 5 na, round 5.
If we're honest, we're all fans of Manny Pacquiao. It's a one-of-one athlete, and the way people will love and remember him is also special. These fans came not to support, they believe that he can win ultimately. And you certainly saw that the way the betting line changed as we got closer.
Yeah, you're right. And so far, Pacquiao showing some grits. He's showing some good shots, but again, the hard shots landed by Barrios.
There's a quick target, Manny Pacquiao, as you see. Unofficial score, Larry Hazard has the fight a draw now after 4 rounds, giving the champion the last 2.
Too much respect, or is there enough of a threat coming back that this is how you have to break Pacquiao down?
I think there's enough of a threat from Manny Pacquiao, aggression, the fast punches that he has Barrios thinking. He's not, again, he does not want to make a mistake. So little by little, this is the 5th round. There's going to come a point, and we know Bob Santos, where he's going to tell him and he's going to urge him, okay, it's time to step it up. Act like the bigger guy and the younger guy. Push him back.
Another nice left there from Manny Pacquiao. Partially parried by Mario Barrios, but you can see why he is leery of throwing that right hand until he has an opportunity. And he did say, I'm going to take him to deep waters. I want to see how much he has left, how those legs are cramping or not cramping past 6, 8, 10 rounds. I know I'm young. I know I'm 30 years old. I'm in my prime. He is not.
Barrios is starting to time that counter right hand perfectly after Pacquiao finishes his combination attempts.
Yeah, Pacquiao can't get that jab off his face from Barrios.
Oh, that overhead right counter. There's that stick once again. I mean, to be honest, Barrios could just jab his way to victory tonight if he wants to. I don't think that's the way it's going to play out, but he could.
I believe that's what Bob Santos hoped. He could just jab, son. Keep jabbing. And every jab, there it is. It lands every time he throws it.
Abner, when Pacquiao loses, he leaves himself square. That's a dangerous place to be.
I mean, I just got one word, Marquez. That's exactly what happened. Marquez timed him well. He went in with his hands out. With the straight overhand left, right, and knocked him out.
It's the last time Pacquiao had been knocked down in his career, and that was 2012.
Good passes from Manny Pacquiao to close out the 5th round of this fight.
6 rounds na, 6 round. Round 6 na.
Not part of the repertoire.
No. And even when he's throwing three-punch combinations, he's finishing with his hands down a little bit.
Dali di pitoy.
Which is something we're not used to seeing in a Pacquiao fight.
Yeah, no, of course not. But, you know, being smart, Pacquiao, he doesn't want to gas out, leave everything in one round. So, whenever he sees an opportunity, he lets those hands go. 4, 3, 4 punches, but not the 6, 7 combinations. And then the side steps that we were used to seeing from Manny Pacquiao.
That's a big part of it, the footwork to exit. That's why he looks so, let's just say it, old against Ugas. And that was a much younger version of Pacquiao.
A nice body shot there with the left from Manny Pacquiao to the solar plexus of Mario Barrios.
He's got to keep working that body shot, Manny Pacquiao.
Galungo man si Barrios ba?
Barrios fought a softball. It was against Tank Davis, and Tank Davis knocked him down with that body shot.
Oh, nice jab from Barrios. That was stiff and right in the face of Manny Pacquiao.
Goyog man niya lawas siya kay Pacquiao.
And don't forget, Santos, an accomplished trainer, he's been in many Pacquiao camps in the past. As an assistant, helping out, he knows Pacquiao, and that played a big role in their preparation.
Listen to that crowd.
They're improving this.
Counter shots there for Barrios, flush to the chin.
And for Pacquiao right now, it's not how many punches or the speed. It's the right punches that you need to throw. Body shots, straight left, jab. Wait for the right moment. But don't go in flurries like you used to, because again, you're leaving yourself exposed.
Barrios, a 16-punch connect advantage through the first 6 rounds. And here's Pacquiao darting in. Barrios not making him pay.
It was working too.
And he uses his shoulder there to get Manny Pacquiao off of him.
And you wonder how many of these surges is Pacquiao going to have each round as this fight goes on.
Nice right left uppercut.
Break. Gambal mo si Pacquiao, break ba?
When Bob Santos says, do not allow him to referee this fight. You know what? Morales told me. He would say break.
break.
Yeah.
Gago yaman ng announcer ay. But dalaan daw.
Right there, you were just, okay, I'll break.
Yeah. Nice stiff jab there from Mario Barrios. That's a jab.
Sakam.
Lead left hand, not much power on it, but it got caught. Barrios not ready for it.
This was really good. Pacquiao, but that was really close.
Dasig Japon si Pacquiao.
Success, and he's had forgettable.
Namin na ang ilang ang pangsunod ba rematch.
Joe Goosen at the midway point of this fight. What do you perceive?
Let me give you the score first. I think Manny won the first 2 rounds. I thought Barrios won the next 3. And I think the last one, maybe Pacquiao.
Dugay nga mas dali kani okay, baan mo na re-upload na siya. Kaya kung wala may mga replay pa na.
Look, Manny's hanging tough for a 4.
Ron si B na gani
He's in this fight. He hasn't really gotten hurt. His balance isn't beautiful anymore, but he's still, his legs are still that's a good combination he threw there. It's going to impress the judges. It just impressed me. There's 2 of them. Now Barrios has got to get those back, or else Manny's
Why?
on top by 2 combinations. So, it's an ebb and flow right now. But
Gadula si Pacquiao eh.
46 years old. It's pretty unbelievable right now. And Barrios, of course, he's going to probably get better in the second half of this fight, but we'll see.
That's the expectation. Thank you very